better than I can. Hey guys, welcome back to Sip, Savor, and Celebrate. And I'm Chris.
And I'm Devin.
We've got our guest, CJ Agave, back. Thank you for coming back on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me back on. I had a great time with you guys last time.
Awesome. Well, we've got something that you also have, and that is the One with Life Tequila. So we're going to do a quick review of this today. One of the cool parts about this place is that they are all about earth conservation. They're using recycled paper for their labels. They are it's a really kind of cool company. I mean, they even say on the back of every of the bottles, it says, "Be fully present, listen deeply, speaking with love, and being one with life," which I think that's kind of cool, you know?
Well, and that's not just something written on the bottle. It's actually their toast. It says, "Join us for a toast," and then that is what they toast to. So, I mean, that is kind of cool.
Right?
Yeah.
You've had yours for a little while, more before us.
Yeah, I got mine probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
I started out with the Repo, just absolutely fell in love with the Repo. Just a simple, nice, clean taste. 1480. There's some amazing tequilas coming out of that realm. If I remember correctly, Organic 123 comes out of there. Is that right?
Oh, you know what? Let me look that up.
Sounds familiar.
We just booked our tickets too, by the way. So we are officially going from May 9th is we're going to be there. May. I don't know where May came from.
November 8th we fly out, so the 9th through the 14th.
Yes, we're going to be there in Jalisco. Going to bop around to as many distilleries as possible. You are correct. 123 Organic, 4 Coppice. Let's see. Ooh, and I'm going to say it wrong, but I know I've been wanting to get my hands on this. The Burgess
Azteca.
Yes, they're out of there. I've been wanting to get my hands on it. I heard it's some really, really good juice.
Yes, I have it.
Don Abraham. That's another one I've heard some big name out of that.
Yes.
They've got some they got a lot there, but they got some heavy hitter names. I'm not going to lie.
The only thing that I see with this particular brand and this distillery is they will not allow Grover to come in there to certify them. So their big push out of this distillery, at least from the outside view, seems to be organic, kosher. So they're using different words for the same meaning as additive free.
Okay, yeah.
And I do want to take one moment to say, make sure you are subscribing to not only us, but also CJ Agave.
Yep.
And second, because someone thinks we're not being quite professional enough while we're on our channel, I do want to set our foot forward and say, make sure you are drinking responsibly. You're not going to operate heavy equipment or do anything crazy afterwards. Oh, yeah. So please make sure you're doing that. And I hope you enjoy it as we bring on what we're going to bring on in regards to our tequilas.
All right, so here we go. As we already started talking, this is made at NOM 1480. It is 40% alcohol by volume, so it's 80 proof. It comes out of the valley, actually. 100% agave, stainless steel tanks for fermentation. So when they still it, they use a stainless steel pot, but copper coils. So you kind of get a little bit of the both worlds there. They use roller mill. I
really love the copper coils. Those seem to give the best flavor to me.
Either all copper or copper coils. At the least, get copper in there. I think. Correct. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's just me, but I do have to agree. I like that. And it, of course, organic. So we got a little bit of glass. You got some in yours yet?
Absolutely.
Oh, brother.
He's already poured it, ready to go.
Late. We are late to the game, I guess. It's way down here, and I'm already smelling it.
It's got a very agave forward,
but
yes, I was going to say a very earthy agave.
Yeah, I get earth and ground. It's almost as if it was a mezcal without smoke. That's what I mean, it's like a lot of agave. Very
it kind of reminds me of like a super sharp like cheddar cheese.
cheddar. I don't get the cream or anything like that, but I do get vegetal and minerals, earth.
Salute.
Salud.
Salute.
Mm,
That is sweet.
that's very. I get vegetal. I'm not getting the sweet. I get more of a myself. I'm getting hearty. That's the best word I can come in. It's a hearty flavor, like vegetal pepper, but not heat pepper, just kind of like a nice seasoned pepper. That's what I
Yeah.
get.
It's not very sharp on the tongue compared to some of the other tequilas
Mhm.
where pepper almost numbs the tip of your tongue. Yeah.
Oh, I like that though.
I'm not mad at it. I think
It's
we need another little bit because I poured actually less this time than last time because I only got one sip. So usually we need two.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy this. It's a Blanco. I would say it's a Blanco lover's Blanco
I'm not gonna disagree, but let's
because
try
somebody,
again. So
somebody that's new to coming to tequila to enjoy it for its flavors and stuff, they might find this a little too bold for them.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No.
so I would agree. You can't be a beginner on this one because you aren't going to appreciate what you're getting on the tongue. So I'm going to agree with you on that one because it is complex. Is it better now that you had another taste? Because I did short pour that first one.
I saw that, but you know what? I just enjoy how bold it is.
Yeah. No.
It's
And I think on the back end you get a little bit of the vanilla almost.
do you?
See, now I'm definitely agreeing it's agave forward, but to me it's a sweet agave.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Good for you.
agree at the same point that pepper is just super subtle.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree there is something on the back end of that kind of comes back around and
There's
almost
a little.
enhances the sweetness. So I would almost agree with you that it would be possibly a vanilla.
Yeah.
I don't get vanilla. I get a sweetener, not a fake sweetener, but maybe like a sugar cane sweet, but not the vanilla. I don't get vanilla. To me,
And it hangs out on the tongue nicely.
God, I love it. It almost does have kind of a solidity to it, like salt, but not.
Yeah.
I didn't even look to see how it looks in the glass, but
It's got decent legs.
it looks like it kind of dissipates quickly though.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll check it out in a minute.
I'm not mad. I'm sorry. I like that. I could totally. I mean, I could change that up with anything like a good G4 Madero or even a high strength flavor because it's so bold. It's almost got. What do
You
you
would
think
put
about
that against a high string?
almost? I wouldn't say completely, but almost. Just because the flavors are so pronounced to me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, there's some pretty.
You know what?
Nothing's really subtle to me, except for the pepper.
The Don Solano we did the other day that had some very good bold flavors. What do you think of that? I don't know. I like it.
As it sits here on the palate, I get a smoke from it though.
I get no smoke, but I want more of it. So
which is unique even from a Blanco, because remember, guys, you can't hide behind a Blanco. You can hide when you add barrels and length of it sitting in a barrel or which mix of barrels you use.
Did you rinse?
Yes.
Okay.
You can hide that, but you cannot hide a Blanco. And so, like I said, to me, very sweet on the palate, light on the pepper. And as it ages, if you will, on your palate, I get a nice smoke. And so I would almost put this up against the mezcal.
Now, so I know my rule is always been 80 before I buy it. And on TMM, The panel's giving this a 73 and the community says 79. I'm gonna vote this in the mid to 80s for myself, just because I really like it. I don't know why on here it doesn't get that very well of a score.
Yeah, it's to me, I think it's just a smidge underrated. I
Well, the
think
only difference-
79's
But it
be on the very low end.
it is looking like it does tear and light really quick, but then kind of disappears off the sides of the glass real quick as
I
well.
agree. I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
So
So
obviously,
a light one.
so obviously now we're going to go into the repo. The repo here says that they use so it's a mix. So it's French oak barrels and American white oak barrels. It does not disintegrate. Disintegrate. I can't say that. Discern. It doesn't discern whether it's used or fresh barrels.
Okay.
But it's got a great color though. I mean, it's a little darker than some of the repos, but I'm not mad at that.
No.
Oh, party foul.
All right, yeah. Here you go. There's a lot of bugs today. We're on the water and it's just coming off of May, so we got a lot of mayflies in the area.
Cotton candy.
Ooh, that
is
does
what
have
I get on the nose.
sweetness to that. Now I'm getting sweet barrel, so I bet you that's that French oak barrel coming through.
I bet you it is. I wonder if they used old wine barrels, and that's where some of the sweetness is coming from.
Well, I don't know because like usually when it depends on I guess what wine they use because normally when they boast on TMM about using used wine barrels,
Salute.
cheers and salute. Normally I get that tannin flavor in there, but
Yeah.
I don't smell that. But let's see. Ooh. I don't know what to think. What are those flavors? Obviously, I get pepper, I get agave, I get baking spices. Yep, I get
Very, very sweet.
vanilla, and
Yeah.
I like it.
I
But
think so.
it is sweeter.
Yes, much sweeter.
And this is your
I
favorite.
get vanilla. I almost get like an aged grape. Like, a wine. That's to me where the sweetness is really coming from. Because remember, here we got sweetness, black pepper, and smoke, where here it is almost too sweet to me, which I'm wondering if it's the aged in a wine barrel, like you were saying, or something. But to me, it's almost unpleasant because it's that sweet.
Okay. Now this is your favorite, the repo.
Out of the three, the repo's my favorite.
Okay.
It's a little bit more subtle. You get more of that sweetness out of it, caramel,
This one, yeah, yeah.
vanilla.
But I do still get a whiskey flair to it. This is my traditional whiskey flair on repos.
Are you sure
Not
it's not
sure
in your
why I
head?
do that. I don't know why it does that for me, but most repos for me give a whiskey flair to it.
Are you sure it's not in your head? Because it's got a barrel
and
to it.
that's true. That's fair to say, but
Because like I said, to me, this is nothing but like cotton candy. If anything, I would put this up against Identity. That Identity repo and this one, hand in hand.
In my opinion, I don't agree with that. But it's okay. Cheers. We don't have to agree on everything, do we? And that's why we enjoy having guests like you on, so we can all kind of like, talk about what we think.
Yeah, this is of the three, this is probably my favorite.
Now, TMM does not have anything about the añejo on TMM about it. So other than I presume it's the Repo, but aged longer. That would be the only thing I can presume in here.
Right. And you would assume that they're just taking their Blanco, but there is some tequila manufacturers that will do a different batch for their añejos and repos.
See, now this out of the bottle smells like cedar.
I really like this Blanco so far. That's my favorite to me.
I am, like I said, I would put the Repo against the Identity Repo just because of the sweetness.
And I guess I get sweetness from that, but I guess I don't get as much as you both.
Yeah.
Myself. I get more of the whiskey than I do with the sweet.
I was.
But you know what? Still, I'm not mad. I mean, I've had a lot worse tequilas.
Oh, absolutely.
See, now this one on the nose goes back to that Blanco, that really nice agave for
already?
huh?
Are you guys getting into the
Oh
añejo?
shoot! Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
We're just smelling it.
Yeah, we just on the smells now. We're on the smells.
But yeah, to me, it's almost like the Blanco forward again. You get that agave, you get that light pepper. I mean, the cotton candy has gone away, which I appreciate.
I do smell this a lot. I hope it's not too windy of a sound out there. Promise this is the first drinks of the day. Is it too windy over there for us for hearing us, or does it sound okay?
Sounds great.
All right, good. Sorry, it's our first time outside with a Zoom.
And it is starting to get a little bit more windy, as you can see. You know.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah, my lovely locks are just flowing in the wind here.
But hey, the bugs have gone away.
That's true. The bugs have gotten blown away.
That's perfect.
No, actually, I really like this. Now, I do get a lot more flavors on the nose as I did from the Blanco,
See,
but I get
I'm
a little
getting
bit of the barrel notes.
I'm getting a lot of the barrel notes. And
Yeah, I would
finding
agree
that
on
to
the
be
barrel
really
notes.
nice.
I apologize. What did you say?
I would agree on the barrel notes.
Okay.
It's a lot more prominent in this particular one.
All right. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Here's to the bugs being blown away.
Whoa.
I think it's
Hello, New York. That is straight oak. I get straight barrel on that one, right up the spot. Now I'm feeling like this is a bourbon. That's where I'm going with this one. I get more bourbon on this. I almost lose the agave.
yeah.
Or straight up to a bourbon.
I feel like this is more like an XA. Because you do get that agave, but then you do get so much of that
barrel.
in the barrel.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that bourbon because that's what you said four times.
I'm sorry. It's me.
But I
You
can
just don't get all the sweetness that you typically get from an extra añejo, I think.
Yeah, extra añejo. I would agree. I would
It's
think
a little
that
bit
XA
more.
usually got more sweet to it. This one just to me feels like a good bourbon. I'm not saying some,
I mean,
some wild bourbon.
I mean, yes, typically an XA gets sweeter, but you also get a lot more of that barrel in an XA. So I guess let me clarify that the barrel notes remind me of the XA, not the sweetness level.
Yeah.
Just so that we're clear.
That's fair. I'll
Definitely smell a lot more wood.
Correct.
There's a lot of wood now.
But I kind of like that the sweetness has gone away because, like I said, that Repo to me was overly sweet.
Okay.
And I like that the agave is kind of more prominent in this one.
And the legs seem to stand a little bit longer.
Correct. I was gonna say it sticks to
It's
the
a little
glass
bit
a
more
little bit
viscous.
more.
Yeah.
Well, CJ, what is this, a hit or a miss? or somewhere in between.
It's somewhere in between.
Okay.
And
Michigan, what are we talking about? Because
Well-
we had to order them, so that means they are not available here
No.
in Michigan.
they are
But
not.
price wise,
All right, let me pull up my order here from good old Saratoga. Bear with me, please hold. Talks amongst yourselves. Commence.
we appreciate that you guys do tune on into us every week. We need you guys to hit that subscription bell. Yes, we talked about it earlier because our statistics are showing you're only watching 1 to 3 minutes of our video. So hopefully in this one, you just see me asking you to subscribe, so you will do that. I have not looked at what our breakdown this week of our subscribers are, but
All right. Good.
we
Good stuff.
appreciate and I hope that you do hit that, not only for us but CJ as well.
Yes.
Go ahead and over to his page. You're on Instagram and YouTube.
Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, we have a group, All Things Tequila.
I love that group. I love doing my roll calls. I honestly do the
Yes.
roll call because I'm kind of curious to see what people are drinking as well and why they drink it. And
So I appreciate All Things Tequila. What I don't appreciate is the childness of some of the people in that group.
oh, stop.
I'm not going to disagree.
All right.
For those few, but it's in almost every group that you're in.
I don't disagree.
So here we go. Here we go. Here's what I paid when I ordered it in. And this comes out of New York too, by the way. So Saratoga's out of New York. It was $44.84 on the silver. That's not bad.
No.
The repo, I paid $50.92. And then the añejo, I paid $76.32.
So that
I had a coupon, so there was a little bit off.
So that almost makes this a great daily sipper. You come home and you're just looking for something to unwind, but not looking to, go into anything of like huge, flavors.
Yep.
Grab one with life, get in the hot tub, let the day melt away.
I will be.
That is where I would put this tequila in general.
It's a great sipper because it's not a lot of money. I'm not going to take my rare bottle of Criollo,
Yeah.
or I'm not going to use my almost $300 bottle of either Resol or the Tears of Verona to sit and sip that every night. I'm just not going to do it. I do like it. I really like this Blanco. I like how bold it is, to be honest. That's me. So I would recommend it. I recommend the Blanco the most, even though it's got the lowest score. I enjoy it the most. The repo is good. I'm not mad at it. I'm going to revisit it again a little bit later because I noticed sometimes they change flavors like that.
Absolutely.
Nueve Ono. Remember? We talked
Yep.
about that last time where I opened them up and I absolutely hated them, except for I did like the añejo, but the others I just thought had like a solvent, like a
Yes.
a spray bottle worth of
an ethanol.
Yeah, an ethanol or something. Now, I did order it up yesterday. I have the añejo deep coming in.
Ooh.
Yep. So I got that one coming in. Our friend Santiago, if you've ever watched our channel as well, he's on every once in a while. He's got a couple bottles already. And I ordered it up because he said, Bo, you better have this on your shelf because it's going to be good. And it's not going to be around for very long. But like, okay, all right. I do like the añejo, but I get people telling me this deep is even better. Do you have the deep?
I do not. In fact, I'm shopping today at a few liquor stores and here in.
Yeah, how did that go? You started saying something early about that.
Yeah, I went out and I've been trying to help some of the liquor stores around here, and I saw that they're starting to take some of my advice, and I saw some Cascaween Plata 48 out there, some Tahona, Tapatio, which typically don't see on my side of town. I have to go to Missouri to get it. And
Okay.
it's been pleasantly surprising that they are really starting to embrace it here in
Right.
Kansas.
Just
And
like
So
the-
we're doing
hopefully-
that.
Hopefully I will hopefully I'll continue to influence them to bring in more, because the
Yeah,
demand
and that's what we've been doing with some of the bars and stores in the area. I just been working one of ours, and we even went there back there just to follow up. It's like, okay, because we go to Coonan's here in Bay City, has got great food, and there's such wonderful people and fun and vibrant there.
But
But
the
they're-
vibe he's giving off is he's a huge Hornitos fan.
Ah, yeah. So we're working on them. I gave him a list of 12 different ones to like any of these will be good. You know, get you Don Fulano or El Tecaleno or some El Tesoro in here. Any of these will be way better than
I
what you got.
think if you were to take him like two,
Right.
put these on your shelf, I think he would almost be better because you've got to give him a list. So now he's trying to pick. I think if you were to take him a Don Fulano, just stop there, give him a Don Fulano and say, try this.
Right.
I bet you it takes the guesswork out of what he should order. And I bet you that people are going to see it and be like, oh, what's that? And they're going to be like, it's tequila.
Well,
When I
he
try
said
it.
this last visit we went, he to say that he's like he's got them on order.
Right.
He was, which one do you think we should have the most? And so we'll see. He said, and then he's like, are they what price range? And I'm like, well, that's why we're giving you this list instead of the other list. Something that's fair and anything. Anyways, thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate you joining us today by the waterside. And I
We're
enjoyed this.
just being one with life today.
We are being one with life. And we'll have to keep doing this again sometime. And we'll just coordinate whatever you got and what we got, and we'll just talk about it because it's always fun. But
Thank
until then, remember to always sip, savor, and celebrate. And cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Take care. Bye.